Today we are back with the season finale of the McChallenge FUN Cup. If you want more info on how the whole format works and all the extra details, check out the beginning of my previous video or click the link in the description. Let's jump into qualifying. Quickly while we start, these are the results of the silver qualifying. Based on this, we put our minimum target at around 1 minute 7 seconds and a half. Compared to last time, we now have some people ahead of us. That's both good and bad. We'll have someone to chase, but we might also get blocked. Obviously the first lap will be slow since we're starting from the pit lane, so let's just skip to lap 2. While we start lap 2, there's some people ahead of us fighting. The guy with the black helmet, I think, is trying to make some room for himself to get a fast lap. He lets me pass. Very nice. The qualifying session is 15 minutes long. 15, so that's about 13 laps on this circuit that we'll have. On this lap, first sector was decent, but then I came to this hairpin. I went a little bit wide, not the cleanest, but still we have some room ahead of us, so we can set a decent first lap. I miss another hairpin by not a whole lot, but it also counts, but it's again one of the first laps. At the end of the lap I'm getting close to the people ahead of me. I can't really take the exact line I wanted to, but we have a starter lap. But I didn't want to be in this traffic the whole way through, so I just go to the inside, give a little bump, and get past. So this lap is already not gonna be very good. I even hit the inside of the wall there, lost even more time. Starting lap 4, see again some people ahead of us while we get a little bit of oversteer in turn 1. But as you can see, by the middle of the lap we're already very close to the person ahead of us. He sees me, very good, he lets me pass. I go kinda deep into the corner, so the whole line for the next corner isn't the best. But again, this lap from the start already wasn't really my best one. I even made a mistake at the end, so the time is not good anyway. We did improve our time a little bit, only 2.5 tenths. This lap I'm actually right behind a friend of mine. I know it helps him a lot if he can try and follow me every time. If we do some practice sessions, he improves a lot if he follows me or another friend. So I'm not really gonna wait to do an overtake, I just dive to the inside. I even gave him a little wave that he knew he should try and follow me while we try and catch the guy with the blue and orange suit ahead. By the end of the lap, I'm getting blocked even more now. So I'm trying to get past this guy as fast as possible again. But I go wide in the last turn, he gets away a little bit. I hope he's fast enough that I'm not blocked again in lap 6. Because at this point we're already on lap 6 with me, which means almost like a third of the session is already passed, and I still didn't have a good lap where I didn't get blocked or didn't make a mistake. Right now I was really hoping he would see me and just let me pass, but he didn't, so I had to look for an overtaking opportunity, which I did see. He follows the racing line, I just go to the inside, nothing special. Now we do have a big gap in front of us, so we might be able to have a good lap, finally. And a good lap it actually is, because it's my fastest lap of the whole qualifying. Because all the other laps I made some small mistakes here or there, missed an apex, did that, you know it. So I'll just let you watch this lap, so you can maybe learn from it if you want, or not. 1 minute, 7 seconds and 362 milliseconds. Not bad, faster than the time you were aiming for, but it should have been better. I didn't improve that time in the next 6 laps. I didn't really feel the kart, I didn't really do what I wanted it to do. The mistakes I made looked like this one in lap 8. Just sliding way too far, losing lots of time, or like this in lap 9, where I hit the inside of the corner, fly way too far in the exit. If you look at my results of the qualifying and you take all my fastest sectors, I would have a 1 minute 7 seconds and 219 milliseconds, but that's just ifs. The part I struggled the most was in the final sector, to be specific, this corner. It's also one of the hardest brake zones on this track. But where did this time place me on the grid? P5. Not bad, but the top 3 was really a lot ahead of us. Now I was just hoping I would have a better feeling with the kart I got for the race. While we start the race in the background, which is always a flying start at WorldKartr Kortrijk, let's go over the starting grid. P1 was Darko, P2 was Robin, P3 was Jano, then Jeroen, then me, then Koen, Kelsey and Luca. As you can see, the top 3 is really a lot faster, even P1 is a lot faster than P2. But with me, Jeroen and Koen behind me, it's really close. I think it's gonna be an interesting race. We managed to stay very close to Jeroen ahead in the first part of the first lap. So I hope we can keep this up for the entire race, maybe overtake him. By the end of lap 1, we're still really close to Jeroen, but now you'll see in the first sector we lose a little bit of time on him in these left-right zigzag thingies, then under the bridge. Halfway lap 2, the leader is already pulling away from P2 and 3, while P2 and 3 are pulling away from me and Jeroen. At the end of lap 2, I'm getting really close to Jeroen. I hope I can maybe go for an overtake in the first corner, but I lose a little bit too much time in the final corner, so it doesn't allow me to overtake. He does take a little bit more of a defensive line because he knows I'm behind him. And back through the zigzags we go under the bridge. And also now we are, I think, gaining a little bit back on P3, I think it is, in front of us on Jano and Robin. And now, end of lap 3, I'm really close to Jeroen, so I want to go for an overtake. I do the overtake, go to the inside, leave enough space on the outside so I don't push him into the wall. I know he's on my inside now, so I'm leaving the space. The next corner is to the left, which I have the inside of, so I know he's not gonna keep that. But in this hairpin, he instantly tries for a move again. He bumps me a little bit. Now he's on my inside, so I have to leave him the room. I look behind me, but he knows he can't make that, or it's not a very smart move because I have the inside on this corner. That's up to P4 now. Very good. But as you can see, P2 and P3 are now really have a good gap behind them. So I'm not sure if I will be able to catch him. At the start of lap 5, now you can see the guy in the blue in front of me is Luca, so I know there's like a lot of distance behind me, maybe Jeroen is right behind me, but after him there's a lot of space, we have a lot of distance from the main group, which does give him an opportunity to overtake without losing a position or something like that. So I just have to keep it smooth, keep it going. There again you can see how much ahead of the main pack we are. P2 and P3 are also not pulling away that much. They're still a little bit faster than me, but not a whole lot. And if you look closely here, you can see that Kelsey is pulling away from the main pack and trying to catch me and Jeroen. So we'll have to be careful for that by the end of the race. We'll have to keep that in mind. We're now in lap 7. A third of the race almost passed. And before we gained 1 position, but we still have a lot of time to make up to P1 and P2 and P3. Under the bridge we go to the hairpin. Jeroen, I think, missed his braking point or something and pushed me, which enabled him to make an overtake, but he knew it wasn't right, so he let me pass again, which I think was nice. Although to me it wasn't 100% necessary, because I think it's nicer if I can try and follow someone and try to overtake than than try to defend from someone faster behind you. But I also think Jeroen knew he was at this time he was a little bit faster than me, so he would have another opportunity. We did lose a little bit of time doing that, so Kelsey I think was now right behind us. And lap 8 I also set a new personal best time, which was a little bit faster than the qualifying, so I know we're improving at this point, but we still have the 2 people behind us that I'm kinda worried about. At the start of lap 10, the first hairpin, I go a little bit too wide on the exit, which costs me a little bit of time. I was kinda smooth through the zigzags, but under the bridge I hit the inside of the wall, sent me way too wide. Jeroen sees that, he goes for the overtake, pushes me a little bit into the wall, no big problem, but also Kelsey gets the pass. So now we drop 2 places in just 1 corner by making 1 or 2 mistakes. Now we'll try to get past Kelsey as fast as possible again, so we can try and catch Jeroen back. But that's easier said than done. At the start of lap 11 now you see there's really a decently big gap already ahead of us, so we have to stop making mistakes and really get those lap times down. While she is maybe getting blocked a bit by Jeroen. But by lap 12 we are gaining again a little bit by bit. And now Kelsey goes under the bridge, she makes the same mistake like I did, so I instantly go for the overtake, squeeze myself through, leave her enough space on the outside so I don't push her into the wall, which I think on this track I've seen it happen a lot of times. She pushes me wide here, I can't take the perfect line, no problem, I just want to defend, because I know I'm faster than her, and I really wanted to catch Jeroen, because this is now my 4th race ever, and in the 3 before I always lost a position during the race or stayed in the same position, and if I catch Jeroen, this will be the first time that I finished higher than the position I qualified in. While we were trying to catch up with them again on lap 11, we also put a new personal best, which was almost a tenth faster than our qualifying times, which is good. But now we really have a lot of room ahead of us. We need to catch Jeroen. Well, we are trying to catch Jeroen to battle for P4. I'm driving the best 3 laps of the race in a row. While doing so, let's talk about the championship standings. Currently, I'm P12 in the championship, because I didn't compete in all races. Still, my goal was to try and get in the top 10. I was currently sitting at 436 points before this race, while the top 10 was at 490 points. So I needed to gain 54 points over them. If I can catch Jeroen and get P4, I get 164 points. So if I want to get in the top 10, the current top 10 needs to be P11 or lower. If I get P5 and I get 165 points, they need to finish P13 or lower. But what about the championship leaders? For them today, it's all or nothing. They are split with 6 points between each of them, with Jeroen currently leading with 156 points. Then Robin with 152 points and Darko on 148. So whoever finishes in front wins the championship, and they are currently P1, 2 and 3 in this race. After saying all of that, I'm about to start my best lap of the race. I will let you watch this, maybe you can learn from it or tell me where I can improve, who knows. by the start of lap 18, you could say I've catched up to Jeroen, and I might be able to have to do an overtake in the last 4 or 5 laps, which I really wanted to do. That's easier said than done, obviously, because a lot of the time I was close to him in the places where it didn't really matter, where I couldn't overtake. But then when the important parts came, where I can overtake on this track, I wasn't anywhere near him. For example, here in the last few corners, I'm really close to him, but I lose just a little bit too much time to try and overtake on the last corner. Then again, I lose even more time to try and overtake in the first corner. This just kept going on and on the entire I think the entire 5 laps almost I was behind him. For example, right here I'm just not close enough to try and go for the move on the inside. But also at this point I realized, as you can see, I was almost pushing Jeroen a little bit on the bridge, so I know my kart is a little bit faster than his, at least in the acceleration on the bridge. So I should be able to catch him and maybe overtake. I just need to find the right spot and not make any mistakes on the parts where it really matters on the track. And again, as you can see on this corner where you can also do an overtake, I'm just not close enough, not even near him. At this point I was also looking behind us because my times dropped again and Kelsey was closing in on us. At the end of lap 20 I'm really close, but I just lose a little bit of time again in the last corner, and again on the straight, as you can see, I lose a little bit of time. I can't make the overtake on the first corner of lap 21. Here he hit the inside of the hairpin, but I just wasn't close enough to profit from it and try and get an overtake. I knew there were only a few more minutes left because the race isn't specifically 22 laps, it's 25 minutes. But after the first corner you can see like a timer, there's a screen with a timer on it, so I knew this was either the last lap or the one before. But again, here I lose so much time in the last corner. While we started the final lap, I just lose so much time every time. First hairpin, not bad, through the zigzags. We hit the inside of the wall, jump a little bit too far, lose a little bit of time. Not that much. He goes a little bit defensive because he doesn't know how close exactly I am. He knows I'm right behind him. Through the right-hander, the hairpin, very clean. I'm really close now, so I want to stick to his bumper, lose a little bit of time with my rear sliding. Have a good hairpin, have a good launch. He goes to the outside. I see the possibility. I just dive through it, just went for it. He did see me. He steers to the outside, which was very friendly from him. But that did mean he lost the position in the final lap of the race. So now I'm just fully focusing on defending. Go to the inside every time, every corner as quick as possible. Like now in the final corner, I just stick to the inside. And that's it. He can't get past on the straight anymore. We got P4 on the final lap of the race. And of course, a fight like that does only deserve a fist bump, you know. But where did this place me in the championship? And who actually won the championship? Well, I ended in P9 with exactly 600 points. Only 6 points behind P8 and 60 ahead of P10. I'm very happy with that. I wanted to place myself in the top 10, and that's what I did. As for the championship leaders, Darko ended up winning the race quite easily with Jano in P2, who overtook Robin 2 laps from the end. And that's it. The 2024-2025 McChallenge FUN Cup is over. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you did, don't forget to like and sub, and maybe I will see you on track.